I thank the gentleman, and I want to go to something that the ranking member was talking about on this resolution authority. And many people have said, well, bankruptcy doesn't work for financial institutions, yet we are seeing how bankruptcy does work for the resolution of financial companies with CIT. CIT declared bankruptcy over the weekend. Very quickly, the bankruptcy process began to work. 90%, I believe, of the bondholders have already come to an agreement. They've made arrangements for going into Chapter 11 for lines of credit. And in fact, this entity, bankruptcy, did work. And I think what the point that the Republicans are trying to make is that if we pass this piece of legislation, we are guaranteeing that the American taxpayers are going to eventually bail out entities again. And I think loud and clear the American people, or at least the people in the 19th Congressional District, have said, you know what, no more bailouts. If we don't let these companies fail for bad behavior, we are picking winners and losers. The issue is that if you give these companies, by forming a list of companies that are systemically risky, you send a signal to the rest of the world, hey, we have already decided we are not going to let these entities fail, that we're going to let the American taxpayers be the backstop on that. And in fact, you give those companies an advantage over their competitors. It's bad policy. We cannot continue to go down this road because, quite honestly, it does nothing to further market discipline. If there is no discipline in the market will not perform effectively and efficiently in the future. What we need is functioning markets, not markets that are basing their decision based on federal policy, but markets that are making their decision based on market principles. And so what I'm going to encourage my colleagues to do is to vote against this bill. And that let's start down the road of doing some things that will encourage the regulators to do the job that they're supposed to do and should have been doing, instead of adding more regulation and making these entities more powerful. Quite honestly, this bill makes the Fed much more powerful when many of my colleagues are wondering if the Fed, in fact, possesses too much power.
Gentlemen.